Welcome back to Newsmaker. The average tax refund so far this year is $3,053. That is up $5 from a year ago, and 70% of Americans are expected to receive one. Oftentimes the money is used on a one-time splurge, but there are ways to make the money work for your benefit all year long. Financial professional Mindy McIntosh from McIntosh & Associates is here to help us think differently about our tax refunds. So, Mindy, do people treat this money different from other money that they receive?
They absolutely do. They almost treat it like they're getting some sort of bonus check or some sort of wow money that they can go out and make a big splurge on.
Right.
What they're not realizing is this is actually their money. So this is their money that they've paid in a little bit too much, let's say, for tax reasons. So it's money that they've earned through the year. We just really hit home with that on our clients that this truly is your money that's just coming back to you. Mm-hmm. Let's just not make a free-for-all type of choice and see what exactly you can spend it on.
And like heading to the retail store, I'm sure a lot of people go there, correct?
Yeah, to the retail. So many look on Google and search, hey, tax refund, how can I spend it? What are some good ticket items to buy? And so we really try to tell our clients, you know what, let's kind of put this into your planning before you receive this refund. When you go to get your taxes done, they're going to give you an idea of what that refund is going to be. Mm-hmm. Then they come in and sit down with me, and we really go through where they're at in their financial picture and where exactly that refund should be used.
And speaking of those big ticket items as well, a lot of stores even have like sales for those, correct?
So many stores are, kind of doing that enticement, or come in here, we'll give you a savings, we'll give you a special buy. In April, we see tons of that going on everywhere about big ticket items that you have some sort of special or some sort of sale that people think, I could use that tax refund for that.
Oh my gosh. So what tips do you have for people who are getting their tax refund?
A big thing that we like to use right away is for people to go ahead and plan for their family.
Good idea.
Within their family. So we take a look at, so many families that might be helping children save for college or put them through college. That's a huge expense. So we can take some of that, put it more towards their college budget plan. Mm-hmm. Or if you don't have your discretionary savings of that 3 to 6 months of income, let's get that in your bank account. Mm-hmm. If you haven't yet put away for retirement or your Roth, your IRA, let's look at that.
Which is a great idea.
It is. Yeah. So let's defer that first. That way, the money is gone, you don't realize it's missing, mm-hmm. and you don't think it's some sort of big old bonus check that you just received.
Mm-hmm. And putting away money for a rainy day, of course, too.
Rainy day is just huge. So once you've saved that kind of pot, that 3 to 6 months of income is so important right away, not only for you to pay your bills that come in every month, but now you might have a car repair or a hot water heater or a different child illness that costs more on your medical claims, things of that nature.
So basically you are looking at the long term of this.
Long term. Have to look over the long haul. So we can paint pictures of, let's look at the next 3 months, mm-hmm. then we look at 6 month picture, then we look at 1 year, 5 year, 10 years down the road from now.
And I know in our last segment you were talking about don't spend the money that you get on Starbucks, maybe get a Keurig machine instead, or
Correct.
Get a deep freezer to store your meals. Talk a little more about that.
So if you get a bigger deep freeze, you can go ahead and buy more meat when it's on sale, or buy a half a beef from a local butcher shop, mm-hmm. or just look when they have the fish deals and things like that going on. Another nice thing to do is, it's coming into a season where we can grill out outside.
Yes.
So maybe give your family a little bit of a splurge there and buy a nicer, newer grill or upgrade from what you currently have. Then that way you're much more apt to just cook at home, mm-hmm. saving some money there. And spending some more quality time with family, too.
We're coming into tornado season. Can you use this refund to protect your home as well?
You sure can. So with living in Michigan, we've even noticed where we live over the last month or so, we've lost power a couple mm-hmm. times due to winds, due to the storms. I think it's very important, if you haven't already, to spend some money in getting a generator. Mm-hmm. It'll save food that you have. It'll save, on heating, really protecting your home within that aspect.
And what about buying insurance and additional coverage, too?
It's really good to take a look at, do you have enough insurance? Do you live in floodplain zone? Are you covered in case of you have some of these type mm-hmm. of tornadoes and things at your home? So really just to take a look at your overall insurance picture, protection, and then you could always use that refund as paying annually. If you pay annually on some things like that with mm-hmm. your home, on your homeowner's insurance and extras there, they do give you a discount.
And what about upgrading your home as well? I mean, this totally increases the value.
It does. So if we're talking about maybe a move later, maybe a change, and we're looking at home values, if you're going to sell an upgrade or downgrade, it's really nice to, spend money on siding, mm-hmm. spend money on doors. Yeah. So not making a big, huge expense of expanding or remodeling, but it's some of those smaller repairs that actually go a lot further when it comes to resale.
And also making your home more energy efficient nowadays, too.
Energy efficient. We take a look at lighting, especially. That's huge for any energy efficient there. It can also be, what are you using for your heating? Are you using geothermal heat? Are you using traditional heating methods? And it will save. When we look at your monthly budget then every month, and when we see you making a couple of those changes on energy efficiency, wow, it really helps their budget. And we can then defer that money into something else.
That's fantastic. And, it's not fun to talk about debt. We were talking about it in our last segment. So talk about maybe like paying off your debt with your refund. I mean, that is a huge thing. That could actually happen.
It really is. It's huge. So let's say that you have 5 debt items. What we teach our clients to do is we take a look at what's having the highest interest rate, which is going to be those credit cards that we talked some about. We pay off the one with the lowest balance first. Get rid of that, gives the clients momentum, move on into the next. So you're paying regular minimum balance on all of your loan amounts, but we take that lowest balance, get rid of it. So you could literally take your tax refund, and sometimes we're getting rid of 2 or 3 debt items of the clients.
And you have those debt worksheets. Talk about those again.
We have the debt worksheets on our website at wealthmichigan.com.
Okay.
What it does is it really helps clients, even on their own, kind of categorize everything. It puts in what is their interest rate, what is their payment that they're spending, how many payments do they have left, and when they can see that all on paper, it makes it really clear to them of, wow, I'm actually paying this much in interest, and I have this many type of debt accounts, and then that way it helps me to be able to advise them on where we're going from there, and just it makes them feel good when they can get rid of some of that debt.
And it probably makes them feel a lot better than, going out to Starbucks and buying the tallest Frappuccino there.
It does. Keeps them a little healthier, a little bit better on their budget, and it really helps to just kind of give them momentum and just to kind of have a plan and to put it on paper, and not always just to think you have it in your mind, but now it's on paper. It helps me to evaluate where they're at, and then at the end of the day, everyone's more happy, and then we can start moving into different things. If they're now out of debt or budgeted better on their debt, now we're looking more into their future and into retirement years of what they're saving and deferring to get some growth on their money.
And you see a lot of positive results from these debt worksheets. I mean, I know that I think I'm going to go on your website and print some.
Yes, we see a lot because there's a lot of us, it's human nature to think you want to do something, and then all of a sudden it's out of sight or out of mind and it doesn't get done. So I think unless you actually put that thought to paper, that really makes it kind of key, and it really targets into people then focus on that, and then they actually get it done.
Well, Mindy, these are so great, and if you missed any of these tips that Mindy was saying, they are to make sure you have a plan for your family, whether it be saving for college or putting money away for an emergency fund. Also, stop eating out, like you just said. Instead, plan your meals or maybe buy an appliance that will help you make with those meals at home, like a grill or even an espresso machine to cut down on those trips to Starbucks, like we were just saying, and protect your home. Think about purchasing things like generators in case of power outages that can be costly, and of course, home improvements, making those small changes to doors or even siding can increase the value of your home. And lastly, a great tip that Mindy said was decrease debt. Devote as much money as you can to paying off those credit cards. And Mindy, again, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
And coming up next, we've got a member from Elga Credit Union to talk about some fun ways to help you save. Newsmaker will be right back.